Hey there, and welcome to another episode of the NFWJ podcast, where it is what I say it is. I'm your host, Jennifer Reed, and buckle up for some hilarious stories and my non-expert advice. Hey everybody, and welcome to No Facts with Jen. I am here again with Melissa Birdsong Evans.
Hey y'all, it's
AKA
me.
Muffy.
Muffy, you know, I'm back in this.
So I am currently on a little mini vacay from San Antonio. I decided I wanted to come to Dallas and hang out with her and spend some time, some quality time together. So
It's been a good old time.
it's been fun.
We did brunch.
We got drunk today at brunch.
You did, and then took like a 6-hour nap.
First of all, it was 2 hours, and there was a reason I took the nap. No, it was only 2 hours. I told you why I took the nap.
Okay, I know, but still, that's a part of the reason why you took the nap, because you were. I was like, where'd she go? I'm like, I'm just
girl.
keep going. I was like,
Okay, y'all, I just walked up out the living room. I used the bathroom, and then I went in the room and laid down.
I had to ask your daughter. I was like, hey, where's your mom at? She was like, yeah, I was like, she looks dead. Like, you need to check her pulse. I was like, can we do something? I was like,
I was not dead. I was in a deep sleep. We drank a lot, okay?
Whatever. We kind of did.
And then we had to chug at the end, too. So it was like not even. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Anyway, so I found this one on Yahoo Answers. You were here with me when I did that. Okay. I'm in love with my wife and her twin sister. Do I just keep it to myself and suffer, or tell the sister and risk my relationship with both? I have been with my wife for almost 13 years, married for 3 years. What? Okay, we'll go back to that. We'll unpack that. She has an identical twin sister. For the first 3 years of our relationship, we're at odds, arguing and bickering. But for the past 3 or 4 years, we have grown close and are very comfortable being around one another. She spends a great deal of time with her sister and I. Since last December, I have noticed that I have started looking at her differently, started fantasizing about her in many ways, and even started dreaming about being married to both of them, or at least being with them in a domestic capacity. I came to realize that I am in love with both of them equally. And recently, the sister has started seeing a new guy, and it hurts my heart so much to even think about them not being the only guy in her life. My question is, what do I do? Do I keep it to myself and suffer? Do I tell the sister how I feel and risk our relationship? Do I tell both of them and risk both relationships and my marriage?
Why do you completely think you have a relationship with a sister? I guess just the word relationship, like, it can mean friendships or whatever, but when you say relationship with a sister, like, why are you so worried about that? And if they're twins, they are similar. So I do think maybe you just see aspects of the other twin and you kind of want it.
Don't mind those kids in the background.
Right? We told them.
It's all good. Like, y'all, we're both mothers, okay? Y'all know the Rona out here. We can't just be sending them nowhere, so y'all gonna have to deal with the kids in the background.
At least they're having a good time. It's not like they're screaming, they giggling and stuff. It's like,
I know they're in there laughing. I don't know what they're watching, but
it can't be that funny. Like,
yeah, to them it is. To them it is. I have a lot to unpack with this. First of all, you've been with her 13 years and only married for 3. So she waited for you for 10 years to get married to her. And I understand, like, some relationships are very different. And it does take longer, but a decade? Me personally, just saying me personally, not saying anybody else's relationship. I ain't waiting 10 years for nobody. You better put that ring on in the first year to 2 years. 2 years max. Okay, we getting too old for this bullshit. I'm not about to be wasting my...
Say it again for the bitch in the back. Like,
I'm getting too old for this bullshit. I'm not about to be waiting no damn 10 years for nobody, okay? So there's that. Secondly, what the fuck makes you think that the twin sister's even going to want your ass? What makes you think she's even going to want you? She's going to probably think you're creep. Like, honestly, if my brother-in-law came to me and was like, I'm in love with you the same way I'm in love with your sister, I would think that shit is fucking creepy.
And I would tell my sister right
and
off the bat.
exactly,
Yeah.
I would immediately tell my sister, like, girl, leave his ass. Like, ain't no way I'm about to sit here and be like, yeah, let's have. Cause what is he like in his mind? What do you think is like the perfect thing? Like, you're gonna have a polyamorous relationship with both twin sisters? Like, no,
That's not real. Like, it might be.
it will. It's real,
like,
but usually it's with 2-3 different people that, and none of them are in the same family tree.
And I just feel like stuff like that, like, it's a twin. Like, I think you're maybe, I don't want to say it, but you're like generalizing. You're like, I think she's better in this way. Like, that twin, like, she might seem cooler or whatever because your wife is dealing with all your
bullshit.
Exactly. And so you see the twin sister who may be like free, fun spirit, and you're like, oh, I wish I kind of had that. But that was your wife at one point, but she's settled down, she's married with you.
And another thing is, he's not with her all the time. He don't see what she does behind closed doors. She could be just like your wife behind closed doors, like,
and I'm sure she
or worse,
is,
like she could be.
They're sisters, like they're twins, like
twins usually. I don't know what this man is thinking. So he said, "What do I do?
Do not tell
anyone. Keep it to your motherfucking self. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell them this. Like, this
suffer. Like,
you're gonna literally, you're gonna break up your relationship. I feel like you will break up your relationship if you decide, I want to tell my wife and her twin sister that I'm in love with both of y'all. Like, no, don't do that.
Either keep to yourself, or at the same time, if she really is like that important to you, then say something. But you gotta expect your marriage, it's gonna be done. Because especially after 13 years,
13 years of her life,
bickering, but
and it's not even
3-4 years,
saying like
we got grown close. Like, that's a while. 3-4 years you've grown close. Like, but now you want the sister. Like,
and then on top of that, like, it's not saying like if they have kids or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I personally would just either keep to yourself, or you gotta leave that whole relationship or kind of dream. Because I think a lot of guys too, they might see
that might be like a fantasy thing instead of like more of a actual like feelings thing. Like, to me, this situation is infatuation, not. I don't feel like he's truly in love with the twin sister. I think he's truly in love with his wife, and he's just infatuated with her twin sister because he sees like all these great qualities or whatever about her. But you know what? The grass is, always greener on the other side. And it's only greener because they water their grass.
Yeah, so it's greener where you water it.
Like, if you want your relationship to be even better, then you need to pay attention to your relationship.
Say it again.
Not a relationship with somebody else or what she's doing. The twin sister ain't with you, okay? Yeah. That's another thing. She ain't with you, so fuck your heartbreak. She don't know. She's not supposed to wait for. What's she gonna do? Wait for you?
And I kind of am wondering, like, it doesn't say it but it's like, has the twin sister like shown any like, anything towards him? And that's weird too.
Well, like, I don't know. I would say no, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
At the same time, it's like, it's your twin sister. Like, I think it would be normal if you kind of like the same type of person. Like, and for the husband too, to like the same type of person. And we look the same, different attributes. Yeah, different, quirks or whatever. How you deal with situation or whatever. But yeah, your wife is... It's different to be with someone 13 years, but then you just see somebody on their good times. Like, oh, they look like so much fun, blah, blah,
I think that's how a lot of, affairs happen. And I feel like if he tells the twin sister or whatever, he will regret it.
100%.
He will regret it, and he's going to be like, oh, I wish I would have just kept it to myself. I wish I would have just taken better care of my wife.
Yeah.
This reminds me of, the saying, happy wife, happy life. So, a lot of people get that confused with, let me just throw my own happiness away and just make her happy, but that's not what that is. What it is if you make your wife happy, she's going to make you even happier. right?
Exactly.
So if you like, honestly, in any relationship, if you're making your partner happy, they're gonna go out of their way to really make you happy as well. So that's where they come with the happy wife, happy life. If you're doing everything you can, if you're like, if she's telling you how to love her and you're actually reciprocating it and stuff like that, like,
you're gonna get that
you're
back.
gonna get that back tenfold.
And like exactly like it's like happy wife, happy life. But it's like a guy brings home groceries, the woman makes the food, and it's like, but the wife is just happy. Oh, you brought the groceries in, but the wife then makes this extravagant meal and does all this, cleans it all, and but then you're happy too. So it's like it like,
balances itself out.
Yes, and it reaches to all aspects of your children, to your life, to everything. So I completely agree with that. I think that he should just. But I just hate how he's like, do I keep to myself and suffer? If you're gonna suffer, dude, like let her go.
Then you don't need to be
let
with her.
Let her go. Yeah.
Then you don't need to be with her. Because obviously you don't love her enough to... And you
waited 10 years to marry her even? Like,
yeah, girl. I'm not wasting my hot years on nobody. Okay? Absolutely not. Okay? I'm not waiting 10 damn years for you. You don't get it
for
together.
Somebody who wants my twin sister, I'll be like, bye. Bye. I was like, first of all, I'll be like, talking shit about my sister. I'm like, have her. My sister's
her
great.
sister, but...
I'm just...
But, it's not even the sister's fault. She don't know. Like, she's just living her life, her best life, getting her boyfriend and stuff.
And any guy would be like, wow, she looks so much fun. But then the wife's at home looking like a mess with hair
disheveled, cleaning up your shit, taking care of your kids. Like,
and then it's like, and then he's at home working or whatever. It's not the same.
Girl, not at all. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. My wife does not do oral sex at all. Ooh. I thought over time she would adapt, but I was wrong. At this point, is it fair I let another woman do it? That's the title. That's what it says. My wife is also reading this post, so I'm not hiding anything. It's just an argument we are having, and I really have no aspirations to cheating on my wife, but it's not cool. I just would like some head, and as crazy as it sounds, I don't think it's fair that she can withhold it from me for the rest of my life. If it's something that I want, why is that fair? If she refuses, I should be able to pay for it. Condoms, of course.
For head?
Or yes.
I'm sorry.
Girl, people be having STDs and shit in their throats and shit, and better put that condom on.
Might be.
Or at least let another woman who wants to do it. And I shouldn't have to hide it or even think about cheating to do it since she is the one withholding it. And that's the end of it.
Fuck no. I'm sorry. If your wife doesn't have, like, you should have known this. It's your wife. It's not just
not even should have known. He knew. Because he said, I thought over time she would adapt, but I was wrong. Like, you knew who the fuck she was the first time she showed you who she was. She said she wasn't gonna suck no damn dick. You think she gonna fucking change now? You think she gonna change now and be like, oh yeah, like now I want to try it? No, you knew who she was when she first told you who she was. Like,
but guys, I think they put the narrative in their head to be like, oh, I can kind of change her. Which women kind of do the same, I think, with like emotionally, like, I'll fix it. I agree with that. I think that if you knew, I thought she would adapt.
But women are told all the time, like, you can't change a man, right?
I think it's definitely like, you knew what you had, like, when you started this. And it's kind of weird that he's like, my wife knows I'm posting this. And so what does she expect? Like, at the end of the day, like,
what is he expecting from
but
you?
Your husband
has needs. I'm thinking.
Anybody has needs and wants, but if you can't satisfy them, either, you're right, like, somebody has to compromise. Somebody has to give in. Either she has to give in and start giving the head, or he has to be like...
But why? Why does she have to give in? Because she showed him at the beginning, like, I don't fucking give head.
I'm not saying she has to give in, but at the same time, it's like, it seems like it's an issue. If you're writing in and be like, my wife's posting this too, like, what does she want from that? Like, is she wanting it justified? First of all, I
I
don't
think
think another
he's the
woman
one
should do
writing
that.
it with her, like, sitting there, like,
Yeah.
trying to get some kind of justification for, like, why
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
wanting to have another woman give him head.
I just feel like if you want another woman to give you head, like, all right, she has to find a place to be like, no, or leave me, or he has to be like, it's like,
Is that a reason? You know what I'm saying?
are
Like,
you
it's
not
so
being
dumb.
satisfied?
Is this a reason? Is this a reason
Yeah.
for you to throw your whole marriage away? Is like not getting head. Like, it's a minor inconvenience. Maybe y'all can come.
You ever
I
met a
know
guy
she
who
doesn't
don't
want
like?
to, but maybe at some point y'all can compromise something
Yeah.
where I don't know.
Well,
Maybe she can get really good at some handies.
right, or
Like,
find
I
a
don't
little,
know.
she can do her own sloppy tappy with her
Like, or
hands.
you know, get like a what's that toy? The little
The flashlight.
fleshlight. Get a nice fleshlight. Like, why does she have to give you head? Why
Yeah.
why does that have to? Why does it have to be that? Y'all can compromise something where maybe she doesn't give you head, or maybe she can compromise and be like, well, I'll give it to you once a month or something.
Yeah.
But there's other skills she can do. Like, girl, my hand job skills are
Thank you.
top
Like,
notch, bitch. I damn near don't even have to give head. I do it because I like to. But
or
at
it's
the
like,
same
are
time,
you sure you never like? You're like, I feel like I've done this before.
no,
Like,
I've literally had guys be like, stop.
You're like, but
Like, stop.
But I want to have sex with you.
Okay,
But I want.
I literally
like,
want to
no.
like give a hand job like
Tutorial?
because it's an art. It's
Well,
an art
and
in how you do it and like how you like rub the
enough tension, but not, or enough like strength, but not too much. You like, you want to hold on, but not, you don't want to squeeze it.
yeah, and
but
you
wanna,
gotta hit the head. Like, literally, you have to hit the head in a certain spot. I'm so serious. Like, I need to give classes. You know, I looked up trying to be like a sex therapist.
What are the requirements?
Girl, I gotta go to actual therapy school to be a sex therapist.
Wait, is like therapy school the same as like, because you, or
like,
wait,
to be a therapist.
but you just have to have your bachelor's, or
Yeah,
okay.
no, you have to have your bachelor's in like
And then do all this
some
training.
kind of therapy.
Okay.
Because if it was like just any bachelor's, then I could just go to my master's and be like, well, I want my master's in like sex therapy. But no, maybe there's something else I could do. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Because I do want to do something that's kind of like, I know that's weird for some people, but I kind of like want to do something.
Have you ever heard of like
sex
tantra or
industry.
like,
girl? Oh my gosh, we're
Wanna
gonna
get
watch
her
this.
started.
We're gonna watch this when we're done. Okay, so I was watching. Have you seen that new show on Netflix?
Unwell? Yes.
Did you see the tantra episode?
So
when they're like sitting on the bed and they're like,
you know what's crazy? That's why I mentioned it, because I got halfway through that, and that's kind of when I was like, but Parker was there, and I kind of like really like she wasn't watching her iPad no more, and I was like, okay, I was like, this is kind of getting weird, but it's like enlightening, and especially like I had a friend, she went like 30 days with no like masturbation, no anything, and it was supposed to like recharge her like sexual being, but she's kind of a hippie, like more of like a spiritual person.
Bitch,
but
in that case, I must be recharged.
But I feel like back to like this, it's like talking about the wife, like I thought she would adapt. Like I've met guys who didn't give me head before, didn't like to eat coochie. Like,
and you know what? And that's their choice.
Yes. And you know what I did? I was like, bye. If you went,
first of all,
I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna eat.
If a guy, that's what I'm saying. Like you have your like deal breakers. So for me, like knowing if he would have knew his deal breakers in the beginning instead of thinking that she was just gonna adjust to whatever the hell you thought she was gonna adjust to, then you wouldn't find yourself in this situation in the first place.
Exactly.
Because that's a deal breaker for me too. Like I'm not about to be giving you head out this whole time and your ass ain't reciprocating.
No, I'm the same
way.
Like,
and I had dudes that have been like, oh, I don't eat or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't give head either.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna 100%. I'm gonna give it back. Like either I do, but it was like I remember specifically about a guy, and I was like, you ain't gonna eat it. I was like, you could, and I didn't say you could leave, but I was just like, I'm not into this anymore. And I remember he would text me, call me, like afterwards, and I didn't respond, and I was like, you say you don't do that? I was like, well,
Yeah,
I
because
ain't
I
gonna
know
call
that
you back.
that's because you know your deal
Yeah.
breakers. That's because you know your deal breakers. That's a deal breaker for some people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be with no dude that's not about to go down and then me be doing. So
Say it
in my
again.
past, there was this dude that always wanted me to give him head, but didn't ever, like, rarely ever wanted to give me head. So I just stopped giving him head. I was like, okay. And he'd be like, you don't give me head? No, because you don't give me head.
Exactly.
No, sir. I will not.
Exactly.
You don't want to give me head? You don't want no head.
That's what I feel. I was like, at least, I don't mind. I do. I like it with the right person, and I feel like that might be a
Yeah,
separate
I don't want to do it
situation.
with just anybody, but
Yeah.
the right person, like, I will fucking
Like,
slob on the knob, like corn on the cob.
but it's true. It's like I will suck that like it's a cure for cancer.
Girl,
if that
I will
needs
suck
be.
the soul out of your
But-
body.
But I ain't gonna do it for no random. And
Girl,
I appreciate that. So
You
it's
want
like,
no dirty dick in your mouth, like.
but at the same time too, like the wife too. There has to be some kind of like line that's like, it's not my favorite thing to do, but since like you want it so bad, I will compromise for you. So I think that like little things like that, or not little things, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's not my favorite thing, but hey, if I really like the lights off and I make sure your dick's really clean, or like all these
Girl,
like
put some whipped cream or something on it that
Yes.
makes it like taste good. Bitch, I don't know.
Chocolate sauce, caramel, like whatever you want. But yes, so it's like I feel like marriage is a compromise. Like you're gonna go about things that you don't like. It's not what I want to do, but like you see how happy it makes like your husband or
Yeah.
wife or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'll do it for you. Like not all the time, but like, and when she says not at all, like it's like, okay, can we do like twice a year?
Yeah,
like can we
that's
do
why
like
I said once a
holidays,
month.
birthday,
Like once
Christmas,
a month,
I
at
don't
least
know.
you're getting your little treat once a month. Like,
Yeah.
that should. I feel like that should hold you
Especially
over.
if he wants it this
And
bad,
that's why I
he's
said she
writing
needs.
in.
She has. She can learn
Yeah.
other skills, like a good handy works. I'm not kidding, y'all.
A good-
I be
what
killing
were we talking
dudes
about the
with
other
that
day?
good handy.
A foot job? What?
Girl, Footloose. You talking about Christina?
Like if you want to get a foot job.
Footloose.
But if you want, like that too, like I think he just wants something more than vagina. Like it sounds like it's like,
Or maybe because he hasn't really like given that much information
Yeah.
or update. Maybe she's very modest, but again, you knew that. So if
exactly.
you didn't want somebody that was modest, then you shouldn't have married somebody that was
And-
modest.
yes,
Because I don't know, maybe she's not. Maybe he only gets vagina. Maybe he doesn't get anything else.
Yeah.
Like.
no butt,
And maybe
no butt action.
she's like, oh, I'm one of those people. I just want to be in the missionary position. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Ugh.
You never know.
But you're completely right, and that's why it's like when he says like at all, like I feel like it's kind of like that's never been on the table at all.
Right.
So
why would you think she's gonna change?
Yeah.
I still don't get it. I don't get it.
but who knows? Maybe she told him once we are married, I can change or whatever.
I'm
Which is
sure she
bullshit.
did not fucking say that.
I'm sure.
I'm sure she was like, "Fuck you."
Fuck you. You're like this
You
is what
better
you got.
deal. Okay. So this is a pretty short one, but I thought it was an interesting subject, and I haven't talked about it on my podcast yet. So it says, I like roughness during sex. So I'm curious about BDSM. I'm scared that it might be too extreme for me, but people say there is a range of light pain to extreme pain. But like what? What do people really do during BDSM? Do you have any experience with BDSM?
It's pretty much bondage, correct?
It's like from 56 Shades of Grey bullshit,
Okay, I'm like-
but
I'm
not so fake.
Okay, because I'm like, for me, personally, I feel like a little asphyxiation. I like to be choked a little bit, and I've been like constraints, but at the same time, it has to be complete with the right person.
Right.
Like
I agree.
you have that spectrum, like she said, like light pain, whatever. Like for me, like, there's some things that are more sensitive or more like not or like
And I think
it's a
this is
good
where
pain.
communication comes in. Like,
Oh yeah,
whoever you're with, you need to communicate, like, what you want and what you do not want.
yeah.
Okay? If you don't want them, like, tweaking on your nipples too hard or, like, spanking you too hard or whatever.
Like get like
Like,
a gag ball in your
yeah, if you
throat.
don't like
you
gag balls or if you love gag balls, like, this is all stuff that you need to communicate with your
like shoving
with
your
your
panties
partner.
in their mouth
Yeah.
while they're doing that. Like that.
So,
That's on you.
so for me, I'm actually very interested in BDSM as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, and I think I am on the lower spectrum, but I do like, I think there's excitement to it, and I feel like bringing something new to a relationship or whatever it be,
Keeping it
whips,
spicy.
chains, or it could even be like lingerie to
Yeah.
how you present yourself, and I feel like that is, especially when you're in a marriage or a long relationship,
Yes.
like you need to keep things exciting. And not saying it has to be like painful, but it has to be kind of like lace, leather, or even like those one whips with like leather. Like they don't really hurt.
They don't.
They don't. Like
I'm like very interested in it.
Yeah.
Like I want somebody to fucking
Use you,
dominate
use
my
you.
ass.
So you a dom or a sub?
Or I want to be the one.
I feel like you're more
I
of
could
a
be
dom.
any one of them. I want to either dominate somebody or be be like, when I say dominate, I mean like completely dominate where you're like push me on the bed, like fucking tie my hands behind my back, bitch. Like I am talking like
I see you
beat
as the
my-
one. I see you as the dominant one. I see you being like behind you,
I
like
could.
tying them, and you
I
like
could-
pissing on their
oh
face
my
or
gosh,
something.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen, there's this lady, I don't know if it was like, oh, I forgot what it
Galen
was.
loves that type of porn.
It's
really
not porn.
funny.
It's not porn. It was like a video I saw on Facebook, and it was this old lady. No, listen.
I feel like it's porn.
No, it's not. It really was not. It was this old lady. She's probably like in her 60s. No kidding. And these guys pay her to have her dominate them. And I mean, like, she'll be like, lick my boots and like, be like, seriously. And they pay her for this shit. I'm like, if I can get paid to fucking, bitch, I will dominate the fuck out you whenever you want, okay? Pay me for that.
I could low key like see this happening. Like I could see you being like tie up and just like pissing up.
Clean my motherfucking dishes, bitch. Like I will, girl. I will spank you. I will
do whatever. And like he's wearing whatever. Like yes,
we can
master.
have a like a
yes,
what's
master.
it the safe word. We'll have a safe word.
Like what? Banana clip or
Pineapples.
Frugalhorn.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Something weird.
But it
Chocolate
has to be
rain.
weird.
We're gonna have a secret words.
Chocolate rain. But at the same time, I think like BDSM, like there's nothing
Like
wrong
I
with
like
it,
when they said there's
that
like a range.
Yes.
Because it is a range. Like, you don't have to be, like, full-fledged, like,
Tied
I'm going
up
to beat
on
your
a
ass with
swing,
my, like,
like,
heels into
yeah.
your chest and stuff. Like, you don't got to do all that. You know, oh, my gosh. One thing I do want to do, okay.
What do you want to do?
Why you look at me like that? I'm feeling so judged right now.
But at the same time, you know, I'm like, I probably did that. And we're like,
Okay,
what's this?
like, you know how there's those girls and they, like, suffocate you with their ass? I want to, like, just sit.
I completely know what you're talking about, and you probably should do that. And these guys would love it. Love it.
I'm,
Honestly,
like, dying over here.
that's why you should be.
I like literally want to like just
be dumb.
like seriously like you know how they
Well,
like
what
be
again?
choking
Say
them?
he been talking about your face.
Girl, like I just sit on somebody's face. Like I'm not gonna like kill you, but like I'm gonna just like make you suffer a
get you
little
right there.
bit. Like you suffer a little bit.
But guys like that, and like literally, what's weird is it can just be you sitting on their face, and they can be jacking themselves up, or like it doesn't have to be. You don't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? The ball koozies? Like you're like, what the fuck is that?
Oh my gosh, she told me about ball koozies earlier, and I had no idea what the fuck she was.
It's not that sexual. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like that. Like, you're in their face. Like, I guess it is kind of sexual because, you know, private parts
Ass is right there.
But, like, a ball koozie, just them dipping their balls in some warm milk, and then I get a straw in the bowl, and I blow bubbles. It's like a jacuzzi, but for your balls. That's it.
I just want to do it because it's funny. I've
Thank
never
you.
done it, but it sounds funny as fuck.
And when I explain to people, like, you did that, and I'm like, it's not even like a horror thing. I'm like, yeah, they're just like, why? And I was like, I don't know why.
I think why, because it's like, what kind of pleasure is this guy getting out of this? Like,
guys.
No. what pleasure is the guys getting out of this?
I do agree. But it was like, I was like 18, 19 years old, and I'm just like, I'll blow in the straw. Like, me. But it's like, at the same time, too, it's like, you sitting on a guy's face with your ass, like, and he loving it. You're like, this is all I gotta do? I was like, okay, like, whatever.
Like, I will do that, bitch. I will suffocate you if that's what you want. Like, I don't know why, but that's, like, something I've, like, thought about. Like, what if I just, like...
You know, there's
a term for it. Is it, like, crushing, or...
There is.
It's a term for it.
Honestly, I could probably text him right now, and he probably... Because I'm not joking with him. He's like, I want you to dominate me.
Why don't you?
I do.
Okay, you do.
No, I was like, but back to, like, BDSM and stuff, like, essentially, there's such, like, a range to it. And if you are curious, I feel like, start small.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
And a fucking
girl, I want a whole sex swing, though. Bitch, I want those, like, the feet and the, like, you can put on the bed, the feet and the hand, like, restraints that hold you in, like, the X. Like, I want to do all that shit. So, is there anything else you want to say before we go today?
I think I've said too much.
Oh, you said, girl, you said more than a mouthful tonight. Okay, you did.
Skirt.
So, I have an announcement to make.
Duh, duh, duh.
I didn't know if I was going to plan on putting it on this podcast or not, but it seems like we're pretty much in it. Me and Melissa are deciding to do our own podcast.
Yes.
Other than the No Facts with Jen show, we're gonna have a podcast together about being in an interracial friendship, and just to talk our issues about, news, politics, whatever we want to talk about. But we haven't got a name or anything yet, but it will come. And once we have more information, we will let y'all know. When we have that launch date and stuff coming up for you guys.
And we're here to talk about whatever, like those uncomfortable conversations you don't want to have with your friends, your family, or whatever. We're trying to give you that outlet to express that and just, hear it out. Because we both come from different walks of life, diversity. We are both, we're in the military. We both are very strong personalities.
Girl.
So this is what you got.
Yeah. So whenever we come up with some more info about it and start a launch date, we'll definitely let you guys know. But until then, you can go on www.nofactswithjen.com. If you want some advice, there's a section to add some advice. If you want to support,
anonymous.
Yes, you can do it anonymously. You do not have to put your real name in there. You could put something else in there. You could put, my name is Sad Days because I don't get head from my wife. I don't know. Whatever you want to name yourself, you can do that. You can also apply to be a co-host on here. And I also have merch. I have merchandise now.
Buy it, people.
Buy my merch. No.
Get it now.
It's really fun. I love the merch that I've come up with. I'm also coming up with a holiday collection. So, yes, ma'am. Yeah. There's going to be a holiday collection of my stuff. So, look out for that. I'll also keep y'all updated on that. And if you want to support the podcast, you can become a Patreon and, give a little bit each month. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. It could be $5, whatever. But it helps me with being able to edit and being able to pay for stuff. So if you want to support us, you can do that as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.